Hey everybody, my name is Jordan. Welcome to the channel. Today we are reacting to 3 new Martin guitars that just came out. Now, the SC series, if you don't know, is Martin's modern take on an acoustic guitar. They are a little bit offset in shape, a little bit closer to a Jazzmaster style than some other shapes. They have a little bit of a thinner body, a koa veneer, solid spruce top, 25.4 inch scale length, and just overall, they are really cool guitars. Now, I've only played one and it was not set up properly, so I still have not been able to fully experience these guitars, even though I think they're really cool. I think they're a neat concept and an awesome idea and a great step forward for Martin to be able to get back in the game of modern acoustic guitars. And all 3 of these guitars share some of the same specs with the original 13. So with that, I want to know your guys' thoughts about these guitars in the comments below. So please go do a little bit of research about these and then come back to this video and let me know what you think in the comments. With that being said, I still wanted to give you my initial gut reaction when I saw that they had released these guitars. Now, first off, I love Martin guitars, so I'm not dissing on anything that the company has done or anything with what I'm about to say. But I have a few things that I would critique about these new guitars, and at the same time, a few things that I think are really cool. First of all, I think they should have made it a priority to put solid woods on all 3 of these new guitars instead of veneers. Now, nothing wrong with veneers or laminated sides, except that I personally don't think they resonate quite the same way that solid wood does, and there's a lot of arguments and statistics about both sides of the issue, so we're not going to dive into that today. But when you're doing fingerstyle guitar, or especially if you're doing like percussive style and stuff like that, you really want as much resonance as possible. And because of the glue that you have in between the layers of wood in a laminate back and side guitar, you don't get quite as much of that resonance and it doesn't age quite the same. So I definitely think it would have been a good idea to prioritize solid woods on these. Secondly, I think the price on the specials and the special burst is a little bit bogus. That's personally, I don't think that they should be $1,800 for this guitar and then $2,000 for the other one, for the one with the sunburst on it. Not because I don't think they're really cool, they are awesome guitars, but I think $300 or $400 less would have been appropriate for the special, and I really don't think they should have upcharged that much for the special burst. To my knowledge, both of the specials come with a LR Bags pickup pre-installed instead of a Fishman. So that is kind of a nice upgrade. I don't know how much of a difference it makes because I've never been able to compare the 2 side by side, but it is kind of a cool thing to be able to say that you have an LR Bag straight from the factory, so you know you're not going to have any problems with it. It's going to sound good. However, I still don't think they're worth $2,000. And you can feel free to disagree with me in the comments below, because that's, once again, a personal take. I don't think I would buy one brand new just because of that price, unless they really blew me away tonally. My third critique is the tones. Now, I know you can't judge anything acoustically based on the internet until you have it in your hands and you're able to feel it and hear how it sounds for yourself by playing it. But the sound samples that I saw Martin put up on YouTube, I really wasn't super impressed with. Like I say, I know YouTube does some weird stuff to the sounds and that it never comes through as good as it actually is. So maybe they're way better than I think. But the thinner body coupled with the laminate back and sides, I am curious to see how well they do sound-wise, if they're really good for in the room or if they're just really good, you know, on stage plugged-in guitars, which is fine because I think their body style was actually made to kind of resist feedback a little bit. If I remember correctly on all the research I did about the 13 CE or the SC last year, that was part of, I think, their design procedure was to make sure they could get rid of as much feedback as possible. So maybe that's the case, I'm not 100% sure. But now let's end on some positive things. First off, I think it's great that Martin is expanding this range. I think this is one of the coolest guitars they've ever built, and I want to own one someday. I just haven't got one yet. I think anytime a company comes out with a new design, they are improving the industry ever so slightly. And especially when it's a company like Taylor or Martin that already make top-notch guitars, I'm really excited to see where this SC line goes. Secondly, I think it's really cool that they provided a variation of this guitar with a satin back and sides. I know some people prefer that, and I'm really glad that they made that something available this year. Thirdly, and I touched on this already, I am super excited that they are putting an LR Bags pickup in these guitars. That's awesome. I am very happy to hear that they have not moved away from Fishman, because I know they still use them for all of their GPCs and their Dreadnoughts and their Triple O's and all that. I know they use Fishman in all of those, but I am happy to see that they are using LR Bags pickups even in these in between $1,500 and $2,000 guitars. I think that's a really good move, and I hope they stick with that. Also, leave in the comments if there are any more guitars that you guys know about that I should react to for 2022. And all I'm asking in the comments, you can say whatever you want as long as you say it respectfully. So please be respectful, please be kind to one another down there, please be kind to me down there. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, please give me a thumbs up if I did a good job so that I know I did a good job. And if you want to subscribe, I'd love to have you around for a few more videos and be able to hopefully entertain you with some new content in the future. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a good one. We'll see you later.